Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Move to approve the February 27th, 2020 then and now certification as presented by the county auditor.
I will second. Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Move to
So, before we do this one, can you talk to us a little bit about the change order?
Yeah, the change order is, we have a year-to-year contract with the city of Kent to do the multifamily, part, anything basically over 4 units, they consider that multifamily for recycling. And much as we did once before with the recycling contract, it was just renewed every year and we do a change order. And that's what we did this year. But when I met with the city of Kent, their solid waste and recycling ordinances differ. One says 3 units and less, and the other one says 4 units and less. So they're gonna do some housekeeping and kind of make those consistent. But then I also had a discussion with the future of us doing the multifamily complexes. A lot of it's centered around, excuse me, the contamination issues, some of the inefficiencies that I see, like Tower 43. We pick up 10 95-gallon carts there, which is slowing the driver down on the route. And it really should be a front-load container, but it's my understanding they needed carts in the building for the residents to recycle. So we talked about a number of things, and we'll continue to talk during the year as this moves forward. But I told them that really, with contamination, I'm talking to the drivers on the commercial routes all the time. What's this stop look like? Our first inclination is try to correct it, but if we can't, then considering the volume of contamination, it hurts everyone else, and that is the big thing now in our industry. But this is just something we do every year, and I brought both copies. I'm sorry, but I'll give it to Amy for her signature, and then they go back to Ken for signature.
Okay.
I move to authorize the Portage County Solid Waste Management District to enter into an agreement change order for services to provide multifamily recycling collection service to the city of Kent.
I'll second. Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Okay, discussion.
Oh, we got journal entries.
Okay, sorry, I have a,
Different agenda, sorry.
yeah, I have that one, but
Okay.
I forgot to put it in my packet last night when I was at the office, so go ahead.
Move that the Board of Commissioners agrees to rescind the recommendation to hire Daniel Temple for the CDL truck driver, third shift position for Portage County Solid Waste Management District.
Okay, and we're rescinding it.
He couldn't get in here to sign his offer letter in a timely manner, and then it was a matter of, well, I can't start when I said I wanted this, if you need me to start. So, Dawn,
Bad beginning.
well, yeah, and Dawn has 4 interviews for that position scheduled over here tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right, I will second.
Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Move that the Board of Commissioners agree to authorize the full-time hire of Michael McCulty as a CDL truck driver, replacing the position held by John Bell for Portage County Solid Waste Management District. Anticipated start date is March 16th, 2020. The Board of Commissioners agree that this hire is contingent upon the applicant passing the required pre-employment testing.
I will second.
Just so the board knows, John is retired March 6th. That is his
March
last day.
6th.
Yeah.
We are gonna miss him.
Okay.
Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes. Now we're on discussion.
Okay, now it's my turn. I gave you a draft of a letter that I'm proposing to send out to the entities this year for tire collection events. The cost is just, the expense is just not in this year's budget. And especially after yesterday, we actually had 2 of our oldest trucks, the engines are ready to fail on them. So what I've been doing since then, I'm just in the information gathering stage. As I sit here now, I would have a tough time coming to this board and saying, gee, I think it's wise to put a rebuilt engine in these things. If I was lucky, it would be $30,000 per truck, but these trucks are not nickel and diming us we're getting 50s and 100s out of our pocket. So what I'm doing is I spent part of my evening last night looking online, playing the used market and some other options. So when we're ready to make a decision, I've already talked to Todd about some options and received a call about a used one this morning, and they're going to send me the information today. But again, it's just a 1-year absence. We just don't have the money. And, we just need to reboot the program, basically. It's a valuable service. We're going to provide a container at the district for the road crews and things like that, because they're going to get tires on the back roads and things like that. So we'll just let them bring them to us, and then we'll take them down to Liberty. But it's probably going to be, it would probably be an $80,000 to $90,000 expense that we simply can't do this year. It's just not, the money's not there.
Then you said that we applied for a grant
We
for
did
next
apply
year. I
for the grant.
remember
Yeah.
seeing that. And then even for that collection though, I think you were gonna reduce the kind of tires that you're
Yeah.
gonna take from the
What
tractor tires.
Yeah, what I'm
and stuff.
proposing is, right now, as communities have cleanup events, we put 1 or 2 containers there. And the object is to get the tires to us, but what happens is we're finding more and more people are taking advantage of our service. And, you know, it's rather amazing that when I started tracking this, we had 328 tons of tires that we collected, and last year it was down to like 205 tons. But I would have expected that number to continue to step down as we collected them. And I think too that we need to monitor it a little bit better, because you do have some surprises that come in. There are problems with not every entity can secure these containers at night, and then we drop them off Friday morning. Saturday morning, I'm getting a phone call at 8 o'clock as I'm heading out for my day to attend all these. We're already full. And so, you know, that's a shame. It hurts for everyone else, but I don't think that in parts of this county, they're all Portage County generated tires. We have the communities that border other counties that I think people sneak in. And part of this grant is we're required to at least charge 50 cents per tire. I wrote the grant, so it would be $1 per tire, but yeah, more for semi-tires and tractor tires.
You know, Bill, how do you collect that if people are coming there in the middle of the night?
Well, and that's just it. That's why we want to hold 5 events that we will, I'll probably have Alex there in case someone gets a little contentious, but that's why I attended the one over in Mahoning County at the Canfield Fairgrounds. That was set up very nice. They had one staff member that was strictly in charge of cash. 2 other ones walked down the line, made sure that what they were paying for what they were paying, it was acceptable. And they actually used people that were either, I think they were, I'd have to call Lou and ask, but they were like between release from a sentence at the jail and something else. And they had 2 deputies there, and then I did not realize this till that day, but Canfield Fairgrounds has their own police department, so they had people at the gate there too. Yeah, shocked me. But it was really well done, and I think we need to mirror that, because really what's nice about it is nobody raised a question. I watched all sorts of things roll in. I watched a guy pull in with a 1-ton dump truck that must have had 40 tires in it. And they don't allow people to come back twice, so you got to have a really great memory, because I can come in at 8 o'clock and then come back in at noon, but you know, things happen. But I kind of like to mirror ours after that, because then there's more accountability for it. The one that I went to, they weren't charging for every tire, but I think they offset the program by about $1,700 that day.
So where are these people that bring in these truckloads of tires? Are they people that like do tire service at their homes?
See,
their
that's just
business?
it.
Because I can't imagine
You know,
having a
it's
truckload of tires.
It's either people that maybe drive the neighborhood and say, you know, Kathleen, Sabrina, Vicky, and Amy, hey, you know, I'm going to this tire collection event. You know, throw them on the truck. I'll charge you a couple bucks, and they bring them to us.
I mean,
for
I
free.
always pay the $3 disposable
Yeah.
fee. I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, the last thing I want is tires to move around in the garage, because I never end up using them again. They're more of a headache than what they're worth. So, you know, and I, you know, if you would, just please review this, let me know your thoughts, and I would like to send this out, because I know I've been getting calls and I've just said, look, I need to talk to the commissioners first about this before I make any final decision. And then you can just send me back with what you agree upon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to email these out so everybody gets the email at the same time with a receipt. And then just, if they want to call me up, it says, please contact me with any questions. I'm more than happy to answer the questions about the program.
Bill, could we put a blip in the Record Courier about this?
Sure, sure.
Do you think that'd be a good idea?
Sure. Well, I would hope that I could get them to do an article
Right.
and
I think
give
that
them the
would-
facts and
yes,
figures.
I
Yeah.
think that would be good.
I can
And
do
maybe
that.
send it to the township associations, so
Yeah.
they can also get it out to people, because,
Communication is just so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, that's why I was planning on, sending out to each township, the fiscal officer and then the president of whoever their board is that year for each township. And I agree that communication is gonna be crucial.
Bill, are you sure that you should set out things about the 2021 collection now? Because I feel like we don't know for sure that we'll get that
Okay.
grant.
Yeah, that's fine.
And-
We can just say it may return.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe something more like
Okay,
that.
sure, I'll fix that.
because I think you gave us different scenarios if we didn't get the grant,
Right.
how it was gonna look
Yeah,
compared to if we did get the grant.
right, yeah, I can do that. I'll make the changes and send it back then.
Okay,
And that's it. I believe I have third shift, and I just
yeah.
want to pull that.
okay,
Okay.
pull that.
Yep.
So then I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Have a good day, commissioners.
Thanks for
All
coming.
right.
Hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Let's reconvene our general session. And I'm here, Laura.
So we have board discussion item, and that was the Fairlane Water Company. We would like to request to send out notification letters to the residents for our public meeting that we had right now scheduled on March 18th at the Suffield Township Fire Station. A copy of that draft letter is attached, and with your approval, we are preparing to send that out certified for a mail merge on Monday, March 2nd.
Okay.
And the following week, which is the second week of March, we were planning to do a public notice in the Record Courier for this public meeting. And we did get our draft funding application put together for the water loan, grant loan.
Okay.
And that's ready to go out. I believe that was March 4th was the due date on that, and I had a copy of it too. Because our servers went down yesterday, right as I got the email, so I was just trying to get this printed out. But this is draft, and we're reviewing it now, the draft deed application. But attending, yeah, if you guys are fine with everything, you're kind of like, if you have any comments on that letter, if you would like any of the language changed, let me know.
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
I didn't see any issues with it.
And Suffield Township trustees approved it as written, so we are in agreement with it.
Okay.
And this is just a step in the process to get it scheduled, so the residents know what's going on.
Sure.
And they can attend, and I don't know if any of them are aware of what's going on. And then we need to send them the letters, make them acknowledge or know that it's gonna be happening, and then they can attend that meeting. And then during that meeting, we'll have information on the funding application. We'll have
Okay.
some details too to present to them, more than just, estimates. We'll have further evaluations. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of feedback from the EPA on that application, since there's such it's sensitive, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, looks good.
resolution.
We had a resolution for the vehicle, and that was one of the ones that is being replaced with the ones,
The new
the
ones.
new vehicles. So this one was one of the ones that was not safe to drive any longer. Well, it was obsolete, and the amount of work we have to put in fixing it, so we will be taking it to auction. I believe the date on that is March 14th at 9:30 a.m.
Edinburgh auction.
I move to authorize the sale of obsolete equipment by public auction for water resources.
Okay, I will second.
Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
And then we just have the journal entry to draft that letter. Can you send out the hearing? Okay.
So I'll move to approve the Portage County Water Resources draft a letter to send out to residents of the Fairlane subdivision on March 2nd, 2020.
I'll second.
Roll call, Amy?
Kathleen?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
We'll make a motion to approve Portage County Water Resources draft a public notice regarding the public informational meeting for customers of the Fairlane Water Company for advertisement in the Record Courier on March 9th, 2020.
I will second.
Roll call, Amy?
Kathleen?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
All right, Laura, thank you very much.
Yeah, be careful out there.
I know, it started up as I was getting off the car, so it's cleaned off for the next person.
Thank you.
See you, Laura. Who we got next? HR.
Good morning, Jan.
I should be short and sweet.
Okay.
Just have journal entries.
Okay.
I move that the Board of Commissioners accepts the resignation of Kimberly Boswell, JFS Jobs Counselor for Portage County Job and Family Services, effective March 6th, 2020.
I will second.
She actually accepted a job with Board of Elections.
Oh,
Staying
this is the
Portage
one,
County.
okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Great. Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Move that the Board of Commissioners agree to authorize the 3-day internal posting of the full-time JFS Jobs Counselor, replacing Kimberly Boswell for Portage County Job and Family Services with external posting if no internal appointment is made.
I will second.
She's posting for a bargaining unit position according to the contract.
Okay.
Great. Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Move that the Board of Commissioners agree to authorize the promotion of Jessica Wilson from biologist to laboratory industrial pretreatment program coordinator, new position for Portage County Water Resources, effective March 9th, 2020.
I will second.
And they posted this internally and they received one internal application, and Jessica was the qualified.
Okay.
She was
Okay.
most qualified for the position.
Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Move that the Board of Commissioners agree to authorize the 7-day internal posting of the full-time biologist, replacing Jessica Wilson for Portage County Water Resources with external posting if no internal appointment is made.
I will second.
And again, she was the posting for the bargaining unit position
Okay.
according to the contract.
Thanks, Janet. Thanks.
Roll call, Amy?
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes. Thanks, Jenna. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Do you know Joanne? Okay.
You can just wait. we just recess until 9:35.
Diane, I got that stuff for you today
Oh, okay.
for the Lincoln Day. I brought you a program.
Okay, cool.
So then you can see who the
Yeah.
speakers were. And then you want me just to text
I
you
did
the photos?
Yeah, whatever's easier.
Come up with the decided
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Just
fine.
text to your phone or email?
Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
basically, if you text them to
Okay,
me,
thanks.
I can
Bye-bye.
save them and then email them to myself.
Okay, so text them to you.
Yeah. Because I need them in my work email so that I can download them.
Yeah.
So,
Good morning, how are you doing this morning, huh?
How are you?
I'm hanging in there, just enjoying this winter wonderland. Drive around, wonder why I'm still here.
now I have a friend who moved to Florida, and he posts all over social media.
Oh.
This is the weather that I have. It's so much better than Ohio.
I hate those people.
Well, guess what? He's moving back. So I'm going to take a picture out this window.
Is
and
that your
say,
roommate that left? You
Yeah.
took the cat too?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, why is he coming back?
because he misses his family and friends. But yeah, I'm going to take a picture and just a reminder of what's waiting for you back